Wine is so interesting. You don't even have to speak the same language. You bring a bottle of wine, a hunk of cheese, and a piece of bread, everybody becomes friend.
I want wines that people will walk away and say, wow, that was truly remarkable.
Really cool in the Midwest and Wisconsin, and helping to promote this industry that's just growing and becoming better and better. We're proud to be part of that.
I would love for people to really experience that Napa-style winery, but in local Wisconsin.
Wisconsin and winemaking. You might not think the two go hand in hand, but years of selection, cultivation, and hybridization of grape varieties have led to a booming Wisconsin wine scene. And today, we're visiting 4 that we've deemed iconic.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
When we started thinking about iconic wineries in Wisconsin, it was a given to include our first stop. Located on a scenic hillside across from the Wisconsin River in Prairie du Sac, Wollersheim Winery. Wollersheim Winery is, at its essence, just absolutely stunning. When you drive in, you feel like it's otherworldly. Oh, it's just so beautiful. This is right here in our backyard. So the first thing I did when I arrived is I got to do a wine tasting with Celine, who is the daughter of Philippe and Julie, the owners of Wollersheim.
So this is the Eagle White. It's one of my favorite wines here. Grows on the estate, and it's made with La Crosse and St. Pepin grapes, which are both bred in Wisconsin, so they're native to Wisconsin.
Wow. And so now we're going to try the Scarlet Fumé, which is the Prairie Fumé's counterpart, the red version.
You know, Prairie Fumé was so successful, for the last 30 years, and it's what allowed our business to grow. And we felt like it was time to give it a red brother. We wanted to bring that style of the Prairie Fumé, that softness, that hint of sweetness, to one of our red wines.
My name is Philippe Coquard. I am the co-owner and the winemaker here at Wollersheim Winery. So I came on board in 1984. It was a long time dream of mine to come to America. Bob Wollersheim picked my name as a potential intern and worked in the vineyard. I fell in love with Bob and Joanne's daughter. And then one day Bob asked me to take over the production side of the business. So I jumped in with head first and 2 feet. I ended up never making it into California. We have been able to recreate a thriving wine culture right here. I don't want to be anywhere else. Grapes have been on this site since 1860s. So continuing that tradition, passing it on to our kids, that's the uniqueness of Wollersheim Winery.
Along with Philippe and his wife, Julie, there's multiple family members involved at Wollersheim. Their daughter, Celine, is responsible for the lab work, quality control, and tasting at the winery, while her husband, Tom, runs the Wollersheim distillery. There's also Philippe and Julie's son, Roman, head chef at the Wollersheim Bistro. So what is it like working together as a family?
The beauty of it is that it goes from generation to generation. So we're not looking for a quick result right now. We're building it for the future.
I think for me, it's that we've been able to expand our family. It's not just us, but it's who we've chosen to bring into our family too. And so some of those are people I've grown up with, and
like me.
Like you.
You come in, you order your food right at the counter, everything's on display, everything's made in the kitchen downstairs that morning. I try to keep the menu changing frequently, just to, keep experimenting and keep bringing in a different ingredient, that's at the peak of its quality at that time.
And when people come here, what do you want them to walk away feeling?
Happy, relaxed,
and peaceful.
Great experience. Julie's dad always told us, you can find a great wine anywhere, but you cannot recreate this experience.
I think what I most came away with after talking to the family is that they are very passionate, not only about what they do, but about working together. Watch this episode plus tons of other exclusive content by downloading the Discover Wisconsin app on any streaming device. Up next, we're taking you to Wisconsin's only winery on the Lake Michigan shoreline. Welcome back to Discover Wisconsin, where we're swirling and sipping our way through the state. For the next stop on our tour of Wisconsin's most iconic wineries, I am here in Algoma, where the Anape River meets Lake Michigan, Von Steel Winery. My first impression of Von Steel Winery is that it has a really gorgeous backdrop and terrace. And when we arrived, there was a band playing, and it was just a really great atmosphere and everybody enjoying the music, the scenery, and some really good wine. Von Steel Winery also happens to be the oldest licensed winery in the state, which I took to mean it had a fascinating history worth learning about. To find out more, I arranged a tour with Peggy, who knows all the stories. Can you tell me a little bit about the origins of this building?
Sure. It was built in 1868, just after the Civil War, and it was originally built as a brewery. In 1879, the brewery sold to Captain Henry Schmeling.
Years after the original Anape Brewery closed, Von Steel Winery was founded in 1967 by a local physician known as Doc Steel, who, in order to legally sell his infamous Door County cherry wine, obtained the very first winery license issued in Wisconsin. Doc Steel then sold the winery in 1981 to Bill and Sandy Schmeling. That's right, Schmeling, descendants of Henry Schmeling. Today, Bill and Sandy's two sons, Eric and Brad, run the winery, which still offers Doc Steel's original sweet cherry and dry cherry wines made with Door County cherries. It was really neat to visit the wine cellars and the tunnels underneath the building and to hear the stories of what went into constructing those tunnels, and it was just an absolutely gorgeous space to be in.
Isn't this beautiful? Can you believe that these tunnels were hand-built back in 1868, and immigrants who had come over from Europe laid all the brick in here? It's amazing how it's kept up through 153 years.
How cool is that? And then if we go back into the tunnel, we can see a little bit about how you store the wine, right?
Absolutely. So wine barrels are toasted, and it's the toasting of the barrel, the oak itself, and the amount of time that the wine is in the barrel and the grape that bring out all those complex flavors in a wine.
Beyond honoring their storied past, Von Steel is also taking big, bold strides into their future.
My name is Anthony Bilwin. I'm the general manager for Von Steel Winery in Algoma, Wisconsin. We're the original, right? So we're the oldest licensed winery in the state of Wisconsin, and I think that's really the iconic piece. So graduating really from being a fruit winery only to now coming full circle and making high-end red wines, really dry white wines, but still paying homage to our culture and still doing the fruit wines really, really well. I think some other unique things, kind of particular to us, is the fact that we're sustainable. So we make our own gases, our own O2, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide in-house. We no longer use natural cork. We do a synthetic cork, which is a biodegradable, called a Noma cork. I would love for people to really experience that Napa-style winery, but in local Wisconsin. It's a family atmosphere. Enjoy, relax the scenery, the terrace, the history, the nostalgia, the stories. We're not just a winery to make good wine. We believe in being a winery that we can teach, educate, and hopefully entertain the future generations going down the road.
Slightly north of the winery are the beautiful rolling hills of the Von Steel Winery Vineyard, Stony Creek, the oldest in Door County. This vineyard produces the grapes used in the estate's wines, which are then bottled at the winery on the bottling line that was custom built in Italy. Von Steel Winery, with their historic vineyard and building, amazing location on the shores of Lake Michigan, unique red wines, and award-winning hard ciders, mixed with the fun atmosphere, provides a delightful experience all wine lovers can enjoy. Von Steel Winery is a wonderfully iconic Wisconsin winery. Want to learn more about our favorite places to visit in Wisconsin? Subscribe to Discover Wisconsin's official podcast, The Cabin. When we come back, Andrea's taking us to another iconic winery that'll make you feel like you're in the French countryside.
We're back discovering Wisconsin's most iconic wineries here on Discover Wisconsin. Oui, oui, c'est la vie, je ne sais quoi. Oh, hey, I was just talking to my friend Louis here. He wanted you to know that contrary to appearances, we are not actually in 19th century France. This stunning place is the Chateau St. Croix Winery, located in St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. Yes, this place is in Wisconsin. Let's go check it out, shall we? Come on, Louis. My first impression of Chateau St. Croix Winery is that they do everything so big here. I mean, you're walking into an actual castle. It's gorgeous.
Hi, I'm Irv Geary, co-owner and winemaker here at the Chateau St. Croix Winery in St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. About 2/3 of what we produce here is locally grown. We make almost everything right here on site. One thing that does set the Chateau apart from other wineries is we do produce quite a bit of port and have won numerous gold medals for our ports.
Irv showed me how you steal wine, and he has this contraption called Wine Thief, where you actually can get the wine straight out of the barrel. All right, well, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, is there a procedure that you take when you...
Yes, so when we're going to taste the wine, we don't just slam it back.
Okay.
We usually give it a good swirl in the glass.
How's this swirl?
It's okay.
Okay,
we'll
rude.
work on that. So then you want to smell the wine. And then when we taste the wine, we usually like to aerate it on our palate a little bit. I lightly pucker up and gently, it's very gently, inhale through your mouth, and it aerates the wine on your palate. And they call it slurping.
I can't do it. Well,
it's best if you practice with water.
I need to practice.
You need to practice with water. We don't sell wine, we sell an experience. James Peterson, our tasting room manager, he's really a big part of that. He gives people such a great experience when they come here, keeps people coming back year in and year out.
James, thank you so much for having me. Gotta say, you have a pretty sweet gig here.
Yeah, I get to work in the castle and talk about wine all day long. It's not exactly a struggle to get out of bed every morning coming here.
All right, well, I'm thirsty for some wine.
Sure.
Should we start?
Yeah, what I would love to start off with is our cheesehead white.
All
Well,
right,
cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the swirl first.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I was learning about the swirl from Irv.
Yes.
So, how would you rate my swirl?
It's pretty good.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
You right?
That's very good.
This is our #1 selling wine in-house here. This is a Wild River Rosé. This has one of my favorite aromatics of any of the wines in our lineup. To me, this is like watermelon Jolly Rancher is what I smell.
All right, rosé all day.
Rosé all day.
I absolutely loved the high quality reds that they have here. And I think the coolest part is that these red wines are made in Wisconsin. They are made locally.
We've discovered early on that it's all about the events. I think we have a total of about 25 events every year from spring to fall. We also do a fair amount of weddings. At the end of the day, when people tell me this is wonderful wine and I had such a great experience and we can't wait to come back, then we know we did it right.
I think the Chateau St. Croix Winery is iconic because have you walked into a castle in Wisconsin? Have you? I don't think so. I have now. There's music playing in the backyard. You have a crowd of people all enjoying the best wines, laughing, dancing, and having just a lovely time here. I think that's what really makes Chateau St. Croix Winery stand out. Binge all of the Discover Wisconsin episodes from this season on the Discover Wisconsin YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe. Stick around because when we come back, I'm visiting a young winery that has skyrocketed in popularity. Don't miss it. Welcome back to Wisconsin's iconic wineries, here on Discover Wisconsin. Okay, so we visited a variety of amazing wineries, some of which have long, rich histories here in Wisconsin. Well, that's not the case for this place, Bailey's Run Vineyard in New Glarus. This winery is young, it's fresh, it's insanely popular, and as they say themselves, it's where wine goes to have fun. Let's check it out.
We are Todd and Janet Keel.
And we are the husband and wife team behind Bailey's Run Vineyard and Winery in New Glarus, Wisconsin. We are where wine goes to have fun. We are all about having a good time, laughing, smiling, taking a break from real life, and just coming out to enjoy a scenic view and having a wonderful time.
We started this venture in 2015. We moved down to New Glarus, bought 10 acres of land, and thought it would be a great fun idea to plant some grapes. And then we had a lot of grapes, so we decided to open a winery.
And we've come a long way in 3 years. We've come a long way.
Come a long way.
We now do music every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we've got this beautiful outdoor area that overlooks the gorgeous scenery here in New Glarus.
My first impression of Bailey's Run Vineyard was that this place is a party. The staff is so nice. I walked in, I immediately had wine. They gave me some merch, which I love. There was pizza, there was cheese boards, there was dancing, there was live music. I might have whipped out the worm, which is my one go-to dance move. And you can basically just be yourself here at Bailey's Run.
We do mimosas, Bloody Marys. We do different wine cocktails throughout the seasons. Our champagnes are awesome. We always have our traditional dry reds, dry whites, you know, a touch of sweet stuff. But then some different wines too that are more on the fun side. So a little something for everyone. We have food every day. We have incredible local meats and cheeses we put on platters. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we do our authentic Neapolitan brick oven pizzas in our brick oven that we imported ourselves from Italy.
And they're delicious. They're absolutely delicious.
This isn't a place where you necessarily come and do a tasting and buy a bottle and just leave. This is where you come and you, with friends, and you hang out for an hour or two or three
or 6.
Or the afternoon.
Bailey owns the place. I mean, she's walking around like the star of the show, which she is, and everyone flocks to her. She makes friends everywhere she goes.
So Bailey's Run is named after our golden doodle, Bailey. She is probably the most spoiled golden doodle you will see throughout the state, possibly throughout the country. She loves visiting with all of our guests when they come in. She's a big fan of the cheese and sausage. It just makes people's day to see her.
One of their wines, called Remember Me Red, they actually give some of the proceeds from the wine to a dementia Alzheimer's charity, which they have that in their family, so it's very meaningful to them. So yes, it's a winery, it's really fun, but there's also a lot of meaning behind what they do here, and I thought that that was very, very, very special.
For me, I'm most proud of the experience that our customers walk away with.
It's just the happiness you see on people's face, especially in the last year or two, when they've been able to be out here and breathe and spread out and enjoy themselves.
Mm-hmm.
People need this fulfillment and need something in their life, and we're a little part of that. So,
good answer.
And wine doesn't hurt.
Wine doesn't hurt at all.
Stream Discover Wisconsin anywhere, anytime. Continue the adventure on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Roku, Smart TV, Chromecast, and discoverwisconsin.com.